Alrighty, so this is Mr. Brzee, and I'm putting together a little tutorial video for Quaver because I know that it can be a little confusing. There are some folks who've had trouble with login, getting access, others not clear on what we're doing with the classroom. So I'm going to try to cover a number of things with this video, and hopefully this will be helpful. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to open up, and a lot of this will be repeat for some people, but you're going to open up your browser and you're going to go to quavermusic.com. And here at the top of the page, there are a few options. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask you to go to login. There's a couple of things that can happen here at login. For our older students, first grade through fifth grade, they've each been assigned their own unique Quaver name, a password, and a class code. And if you've already signed in, once you've gotten signed into a class, your Quaver name and your password is all you need to be able to sign in. Now for the younger students, when we went into this break, what I did is I simply supplied a class code, the Quaver code. And so what you're going to want to do is click here on Need a New Quaver Account. And here you're going to want to create a Quaver name, a password, agree to the terms of use, and put in the Quaver code that you were given. So I'm going to pretend like I'm one of the preschool families here, and so I'm going to create a Quaver name. I'm going to be Skippy Slogbottom because it sounds like it's from a Harry Potter film. My password is going to be Happy. And do that in all lowercase. You don't have to put an email in here. If you do, it's suggested you use a parent's email. It's not one of the things that's required. One of the advantages of having the email is probably a level of security. You will get an email that asks you to opt in according to that email. But also if you have to reset a password or anything like that, it's nice because you'll have that email address you can do. I'm going to agree to the terms of use, and then my Quaver code for this classroom that would have went home on the handout. I've given that, and I'm going to enter. You are all signed in. Click OK to enter the site. Now, one of the things that could happen here is if it's a username that isn't quite as unique as Skippy Slogbottom and it's a name that's already been used, it'll tell you that username's already been entered. You'll have to come up with a new username. Okay, I'm all signed in. Now at this point, you come to this screen. And I want to point out, if you've been using Quaver for a while, it might not always come to this screen. It might default to what you like to do. But here's the issue. You've got with Flash and without Flash. This is a new thing that started happening this year. And without spending too much time, let me explain what the issue is. Adobe is phasing out Flash Player, and Flash Player has not been universally usable, and that's one of the reasons it's being phased out. It doesn't work on every platform, doesn't work with every technology. When it does work, it's cool, but it doesn't always work. So by December 2020, by the end of this year, Flash is going away, and Quaver was built on a Flash platform, and so they've created the Quaver dashboard, which is really a significant place for our students anyhow. And they're working on a new platform for next school year on what they'll look like. We're going to try to. It doesn't always work. I'm in Google Chrome, and that doesn't always like Flash either. I'm going to try to go over here to the Flash classroom. And you can see it's saying my plugin's blocked. Flash was blocked. Let's see if I can unblock that real quick. I want to block sites from running Flash, recommended. Ask first. That's where we're going. I'm pretty sure I got that fixed now. Let's go back. Yes, allow. And I'm in here on what's called Quaver Street. And it is kind of nice for the time being while it's still here for your students to be able to come and use Flash, just because there's a lot of fun things they can do. It's not so much the stuff I've assigned them to do. I'm not going to go through all the different places you can go here, but there's lots that they can do just playing around in here, and I'm sure a number of students have already done that. This little tab right down here, Student, that's going to bring you over to the student dashboard, which was the other option. So this is how you get to the student dashboard from Flash site. And where I want you to note here is assignments. So under assignments, when you go here, you'll see the assignments that are listed for your student. Now, I want to make clear that for different classes, the assignments mean different things. And I'm going to go back through and explain those. But for right now, I just want to show you how to use the assignments. Don't worry about where it says submitted or graded, because that's not what we're doing right now. This is just for your students to be able to use. So I'm going to click on this assignment here, and I'm going to click launch, and it's going to open up another window. And what happens from here is it's going to lead you through a lesson plan very similar to what I would do during a class setting. They'll have full functionality of sounds and video. And whenever you're done with a particular screen, so you're going to come to a screen, you're going to let your student interact with that screen. When they're done with that screen, they go on to the next. And some of this, not being in class, unless I write out instructions for every screen, there's a certain amount of intuitiveness you need to figure out what to do with each screen. If you're not clear on it, and I've tried not to have screens that didn't make sense, I do go through and I've catered these lessons to our classes. Sometimes I'll put in extra stuff right here at the end to work through. Just additional things that students may enjoy. And when you're back around to the beginning, you've completed that lesson and you can hit exit. And so from here, we're going to go back. We've got Quaver books, student interactives. All these are different areas that students can go into and just play around and do some different things. All right. And that's about the sum of it. I'm going to go ahead and log out here. I'm going to exit. And I want to go back to this page right here. There's a couple more things I want to show you. Right here where it says student interactives, when you're at the quavermusic.com homepage, one of the things about this, if there's something that's not working for you in your account, or you're just someplace else, you don't want to log in, for whatever reason that you don't want to deal with full functionality of the entire site, you can click on the student interactives. And at that point, all you need is your student's class code. So again, in fact, at this time, I'm going to go for whatever, I'm going to go with the class I was in there, preschool. All I do is I enter that class code. Now, one of the things about this is now this doesn't record anything student specific. So for grades 1 through 5, you are not logged into your account now. It just allows you to come to the student interactives page. If you're just looking for, don't want to be on your account, or for whatever reason, it's easier to just get here to the student interactives. Sorry, this is running so slow, and that's partly because I'm recording this, and so my computer's having to multitask. And so it'll bring you to all these different student interactives. All right, we're going to exit back out. One more time now. I'm going to log in, and I'm going to log in with a different account now, a fake student account I made, so that I could show some things here, because my teacher account does not look anything like the student accounts. Okay, so I'm here at the student dashboard, and what I want to do is I'm going to go to assignments, and I just want to walk through. So I walked through the preschool through kindergarten assignments, and so for that class, what I want you to know is I'm assigning stuff more to just give a direction and a process. For primaries here, for these preschool, pre-K, kindergarten, more than anything, I just want them staying engaged in music. Especially I think for the kindergartners, trying to do those assignments at least once a week or splitting it up into 2 parts is a good idea. It'll keep them on task for where we should be. Now I want to get more specific about what assignments look like for 1st and 2nd grade class, 3rd and 4th grade class, and 5th grade class. And you should know when your student goes to assignments, they're not going to see all this. I happen to have all these classes. So here in 1st and 2nd grade, you can see I've got 3 assignments here. And there are dates next to each one of them. The pumpkin bones is an old assignment, and I simply left it on there because kids like it. But I took a bunch of other stuff off because I was trying to keep it from looking too busy. Then I have an assignment that ends today, March 18th through 24. Now it'll still be there. So when I put these dates, it's really just guidelines for the time limit I'd like you to do that in. And because we're working on our musical, The Principal in the P, I've got all the material they need for that up through May 31st. So you can see I've got that through the end of May because we don't know what's going to happen at this point. And I'm proceeding as if we'll at least have the opportunity to come back and perform this. That could change, of course. So you click on this right here and you'll see for the older students right here, before you click launch, I've got instructions for what to do with this assignment. And when you go into when you launch this, you should be able to walk through these instructions. When I launch it, so you don't have to commit those instructions to memory, right down here, you've got this box here, instructions. You click on that and there they are. They're your instructions for this class. And sometimes it'll walk screen through those. All right. For 3rd and 4th grade, and I'm not going to show 3rd and 4th grade, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, they basically all have the same assignments here. When you go to the Principal in the P and launch this one, this is just really the material that we're using for the class. And so this is material I've put together for the most part, actually wholly for what we're doing with this musical because it's not a Quaver product. So everything you do is going to open up a different page. There's our script. Keep going here, and we've got the some dialogue stuff and music that you can play to rehearse with. So that's how that works for 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Lastly, I want to go with 5th grade. You can see I've got some old assignments up here, Pumpkin Bones and Unique, again, because kids like those. Depending on your students, some students have been assigned the commercial project, some the rap project. And if your student's not sure and you're not sure, email me, contact me, and let's figure that out. So similarly, each one's a little bit different, and they're welcome to work through both, but they should be working on their project. And I've put directions, again, instructions for each one of these lessons here for them to work through. Okay, so that's how that works. Finally, if you're running into any other issues with the Quaver website, do let me know. I'll try to troubleshoot it, but also understand that depending on your internet connection, how well your computer or your device runs, or even what kind of device it is. Quaver does not necessarily work equally on every device. It probably works best on PCs. It'll work on newer iPads. I don't believe it works on any phones, but if you've had luck with that, then you'd be the exception. I have heard it works on some Kindles, but previously I haven't had good luck with that, but maybe newer ones are that's working better, or maybe it's because this year, because they know the issue with Flash is coming, with the student dashboard, maybe that's made it more user-friendly. So you may be running into a technology issue, and that doesn't mean you should be left in the dark. It just means I need to know that so that together we can come up with a different form and a different strategy for you. Feel free to get in touch with me, cbrzee@achwarriors.com. You're welcome to buzz me on Facebook, or if you have my number, need to text me. I'm not going to throw it in the video because my video is going to be on Facebook here, and I already get enough solicitors as it is. So that's it. That's your Quaver tutorial, and I hope that was really helpful. Guys, hang in there. We're here for you. I'm here for you. Please do not hesitate to ask me any questions.